actually control and manipulate the content that's on the vSolution Composer. Maybe now I will hand over to Gary to share a bit more.
Okay, so let me just focus more onto the bigger brothers, where we have the SANET Core Pro set up with different stations here, and also the new SANET Pro. Right. So what it means here is that this new SANET Pro will be replacing the old HDMI SANET that we used before. Right. So the one has been discontinued and will be replaced by the new SANET Pro. So the new SANET Pro is structurally very different. It's a 90-inch rack mount with 2U-high design. It now has got 3 HDMI output actually. So what I've seen here is that it's actually running from our SANET Pro mounted in the rack, where we have screen number 1, screen number 2 for the audience. Now the third screen output will come out to this touch monitor, where I'm going to show you with our new feature called the vSolution Composer. So this is a very unique feature that so far what we know is nobody else in the market has got such solution. And even though you can program it through a third-party control system, but you cannot get 100% out of it. Right? So you shall see. So how do I connect here is that on the third output of the HDMI, I connect to this touch monitor. So now, which means that the audience screen need not to be a touch anymore, which is what we have recommended before. Because every time we use SANET, we recommend to use a touch screen so that you can use the touch to interface with our UI. All right? So this UI will be slightly different from this original UI here. All right? So I'm going to turn around and let you see. So this is our vSolution Composer. The moment you power up, you enable the function, you get this out from a third screen. Okay? Preferably, you use this with a touch monitor. So you have to connect with the USB as well. So what it does here is that on these two main rectangle here, it shows the audience screen. Okay? So this is HDMI screen number 1, screen number 2. All right? We also have customized several buttons to add on to the UI. This portion here is what we call as a prepare field. So it's for the presenter or the moderator, it can be a lecturer, a professor, to prepare his content to show it to the audience during his presentation. Okay? So as you can see, this content can be a mix of BYOD content. So I have my Apple iPhone, connect wirelessly through AirPlay. Okay? He has got his iPad connected as well to show the slides. Okay? Likewise, I can also connect my Windows device through Miracast to do here as well. So altogether, we can have up to 8 wireless devices externally. Right? In addition, we have all the standard functions that we are able to do on the SANET itself. We can call up browser, we can call up whiteboard to annotate, we can also call up external video sources. So for example, I have 2 visualizers out in the room. I can just call up the visualizers here, and these visualizers are being set up as an IP strip. Okay, so the content is from the external visualizers that comes in as an IP strip. So likewise, if you have IP cameras or CCTV cameras through IP, you can also stream into the SANET itself. Okay? Any of this content, you can add on with camera as well. Later on, if you want to showcase with Microsoft Teams or Zoom, you need cameras, right? So the cameras can be connected to the SANET Pro using HDMI or USB connection, so that you can use the same camera for web conferencing. All right? So now you can have a choice of how you want to present your cue. So the cool thing about this feature here is that we are now able to just use a finger and just touch, click, drag, and drop this way. Okay? So it's very flexible for the presenters to change his content in terms of how you want to cue the content. Right? I can also call up additional files. For example, I have my USB connected. Okay, I have my USB connected there. I can choose to present from my USB content. So I may have my PPT or my other documents, PDF. I can just click, drag, and drop over here. The screen here. Touch. So you just click, drag, and drop here to this view, or you can straight away go up to the audience as well if you want to. Right. So we have a choice of allowing you to go straight all the way up to the audience. But usually we'll do it over here, such that what we can do is that we can open up the content just to prepare ourselves according to which page you want to present first. You may want to zoom in and maybe capture a writing here to write on a certain topic, and then you save it as a file into the queue. So this content can be PDF, can be Word, can be Excel, can be PowerPoint. You just bring it up, okay? Now this, in the case, this is a visualizer, so I can just highlight on certain things here that I want to talk about later on, and save it. So when I save it here, I'm saving two different content, all right, side by side. So the moment I'm ready, okay, what you're seeing now is the PDF from the iPad. I can always change it and push it down like that. So when I push it down means it's blank, means that this is showing with no content. This is just a customized wallpaper that you can change. All right? So whatever we've shown you as red is our wallpaper that you can customize. When it shows as wallpaper means there's no content yet to the screen. So I can also turn off the mirroring mode. Now what I can do is I can play, put up my iPad there, or my iPhone there, and now I'm going to play with video as well. So I can just play my video. I can also and I will just exit to save it. You can choose to save or without saving. Change the sequence like this. You can see it's very intuitive. Windows and dual window here. Question. It's very simple, easy to use. And at the same time, anytime I want to duplicate, I will just do a mirror mode. Same thing will be duplicated here on the second screen. All right, we always regard the left screen as the main screen that you can share or you can mirror out. Right? Stop mirror. Likewise, I can push it up. So you can pre-annotate or you can post-annotate. Pre-annotate means that before the audience get to see, I can write on something and to save it as my prepared view, right? I can post annotate, means whatever the audience is looking at it already, I can just click the screen here. I can now write at the same time, the audience will be looking at it as well. Okay? So it's very helpful when you are doing teaching or presenting. You can choose very flexible enough to do whatever you need to do in terms of your content, your preparation, as well as you want. Can annotate, playback certain functions as well. Any question? This is about composer. public, right? This is what we call as a webcasting. So we are able to do webcasting at the same time when we present in the room. So this can be live to somebody else who is not able to attend our session. This is webcasting. Okay? Since we have two screens, we can always change my channel and to alternate between the screens, between screen 1 and screen 2. All right? So now I'm showing you on screen 1. I'm able to go back here and click on my screen 2. So this was just now from HDMI 2. Now it's able to access it. Now you see, I'm writing here. This is the same from screen 2. So what I can do is that it will take a little bit of delay. That as I write on additionally with orange color, you know, in a few seconds later, this will appear in the webcast channel. Okay? It's normal that this will get some latency, but it's not very important because we are not comparing against the real room. Because when you are watching outside, right, you don't have a comparison, so you won't know that there's a delay as well. Right? This is normal because we are going through the internet to show it to the public. This is webcasting. Any question? So you can always turn on and off the webcasting during your presentation. As long as it's running, YouTube channel or Facebook Live channel can be seen. Okay, so remember, all we are running here to show you here is all running from a single box. And that comes from Synapse Pro. Okay? In the market, you will not get to see any one single box to do everything that you can do here, more for presentation or recording, and to showcase all your content. This is vSolution Composer. All right? So as you can see now, our range of Synapse becomes much more now. You can just sell it as simple as BYOD alone, or you can be selling more enhanced features that you can have all in one in a bigger box, which also includes BYOD as well. Okay, so from this composer, we should also be able to extend out to what we have known before, our metrics. So when we compose these new features, all right, our metrics has slightly changed as well, in a way that the appearance looks different. In the past, you're only able to see one screen, correct? And that screen cannot be seen with the content. You only see one amber dot. If you remember, you only see one amber dot. Now, we'll make it possible for the content to be shown on screen number 1 and screen number 2. Okay? So that will help the operator to visualize what is currently shown. For the other rest of the station, we can just do a preview like before. So we can preview all the stations as per shown there by just a button here, or we can just do an individual preview by just touch the screen and hold it there. So you can touch all the individual stations and hold it there, you see the actual preview. When you're ready to share, you can choose either one to share. So now you can choose screen 1 to share to all, and the screen 1 will get from everyone else. You can alternatively change to screen 2 to share. From the same page, it goes to screen 2. Clear? Everything else maintain the same. So during this mode, you can always exit to the main page to click on the content. Now we can do collaborations where everybody now can write. As you can see now, the bar starts to pop up so that now even the students is able to do collaborations with the lecturers. Every station is able to write. This is not new, this has been around as a collaboration tool. Right? This is about collaboration. When you finish, you exit, you save it as a file. Now, instead of just flipping back and forth the page, we also add on a new feature where we can add shortcuts. So from a shortcut, we can choose straight away that you press the button here, you will choose this to share. Okay? Or you choose here to share. So these shortcuts are new features that will allow you to assign to individual screen so that you don't have to freak the page comes back again. Alright? This is about integrating the matrix to the composer mode as well. Okay, clear? So in terms of sales, as you know, the matrix will require the master station to be a SANET Pro. The SANET Pro cannot be a slave station. The slave station can be a SANET Core Pro or can be a SANET Pro. Within the system, you only need one station to have a license. You need to have a matrix license to be run on the master. That's standard. That's what we all know already, right? So within the station, within the system, one station has to be a master, and that has to be a SANET Pro. SANET Core Pro cannot be used as a master. Right?
What happened the higher space, like example, this discussion group, right? They finish the presentation already, but they want to show to others. So how they, because you see he's not the master, how do you want to share to all? I mean, you have to ask the lecturer to help him to assign.
Okay, generally what I'm controlling here is controlling from a fixed location, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, the same UI it can be run on the iPad itself, so you can roam about with the iPad to control. So if you have somebody who is in charge of the administration, you can use the same iPad to do the same thing as what I've done here. So it can be a roaming iPad.
Usually in some other U, right, once the student finish, right, they don't need to ask the lecturer to help him to use either iPad or either the monitor to control. They straight away they either press the button, immediately they share to all. Okay,
remember for this mode, it's designed for the presenter or the lecturer to use. It's not designed for the student to use. Of course, the student can use, but you think of it.
Student is only for share, not control.
Any sharing is also recommended to be asking the lecturers to share, because the lecturer has to take full control of the class. Once the student take control of it, it becomes havoc, to be honest. All right? Yeah, understand. But in most cases, this is designed based on what we have understood from different universities. The lecturer has to be in full control of the lessons. All right? Any students who wants to share can either request the lecturers will share to everyone else through the system here. Okay? If in the matrix mode, if the lecturers is not around, yes, we can do that, such that we can create buttons such that this station will request that station to share. It's possible. During the matrix mode, yes. I just have not done to show it to you.
How to get the icon for share?
As long as if this station is offline, or nobody is using it, we are able to see extra buttons here, such that
automatically they will pop up.
This station will request that station to share. And that station can either accept to share or reject to share also. So this is possible within the matrix mode, yes. Alright, but in most cases, it's designed basically for the lecturers to use. I can just simply show it to you here is that now I can create a whiteboard here to show you that this is my right channel. Okay. If this station wants to share, create share, I can just push the right to me, the left. See the right is there. Without going through here. Alright, so individually I can stream from station to station there. Alright. This is one option. Otherwise, I can just cancel this. I will just push this to me. So the R will come to me. But what I'm trying to show you here is that generally I can push this content to me and I can share to the rest of the stations. If we restart this. So this is how the metrics works, right? And for most part of the metrics, nothing much has been changed. But it's just that now, on the metrics page, you can now see the actual content as a preview for the presenter. But the new thing is all about here, right? Composer. So if you're not using the metric station or metric system at all, this itself can be just a standalone system that you can actually use it in a lecture hall, for example, with dual projection screen, which is very large. And then you just have to mount this onto a lecturer's table, right? So any dual projection screen or any rooms with dual screen mode, this is the most suitable to be used. Because only this SANET Pro has got dual HDMI output. The rest are just single output. Question? So in terms of web conference call, it's the same thing. My Teams is up there, all right? So you can choose to use Teams or Zoom. You know, there's no license required. You can alternate the platform anytime you want. So the moment you're on Teams, all right, you can just start the call. I can just call Desmond. So what I'm using here is that I'm using a room account here. Right? So as you can see, this SO something is my room account. So what I've done is that I've entered this room account into the SANET itself as a resource account. So every time you invite people to come to this room, you have to include this room account to be part of the meeting. So that everyone that comes in don't need to join the meeting, they just use this room account to call. Clear? Understand? So I can now call the video call to Desmond. So the way this dual screen mode works is that you can see that I'm using a room camera and a room microphone. And now I'm able to contact him. The moment he accepts the call, we shall show you how you can share content. Right? Just use any of your device to run it. Right. So now, yes, we have a job. So now we're just speaking to each other. The moment you want to share content, you just have to touch the screen here and do a share, just like how you use in your laptop. Right? You just do a share screen. Okay? So the moment you hit the share screen, this becomes a green borderline, telling the presenter that, hey, I'm already on a call, I'm sharing my screen. So every time I change and push up my content here, there's a button. See? Every time I change the content, you will receive the content over there on the laptop itself. I can always change it to side-by-side mode, and you can see that he's receiving the same content. So this is normal, like how you do Teams call or Zoom call. Right? Nothing changed. But what we're trying to show you here is that the way we design the UI, whenever you start a call, it's on the left screen, and this is what you share to the file on the right screen. Okay? So the moment I stop share, this green borderline will disappear. It will tell me that everything goes well. Right? I can even touch the screen now to write. So as I write now on the screen, Desmond is able to see on the whiteboard itself. So during the call, when you share content, you can choose any windows to write, right, over it. Okay? And likewise, my webcasting is still going on. So my webcasting is still showing to the public here.
But can they recording?
Yeah, you can record through the Teams. So there's two ways of recording. Either you choose to record over to the Teams platform, or you choose to record from the SANET itself. So the purpose of recording through the SANAC is that you can still record the other content. But when you choose to record through the Teams, you can only record your conference session and whatever is being shared.
Content cannot.
Content, no. And when you share content, yeah, it can be recorded. Whatever you do on the Teams itself, it can be recorded, you see things. But the difference between recording through the SANAC here is that you can record this one as well as this one, which the others cannot see, right? Good. This is our SANAC.
So same as Zoom, right?
Yes, yes, that's it.
So am I able to add in a third-party screen for Zoom room, Teams room call, the Teams room design? I mean, let's say normally a normal Teams room, I do have maybe a 10-inch small monitor on the table. So for me to easy access for calling, because not everybody will actually want to use this style of calling method. Because let's say I'm using a Teams room touch panel, it's only the type of big icon, just press and push.
Correct, correct. To be honest, we are not part of any Teams room certification.
So the one is that question I asked you is this one is actually a private account. This one is not really
It's a
a
room account, but we are not classified as under Teams room certified or Zoom room certified. So the structure is different. Right? We are not part of the certification room, right? In view of Windows and Zoom. So for us is that as a user, when you want to engage with a Teams room account or Zoom account system, you have to buy license, correct? Yeah, the user have to buy a license and it's an annual recurrence fee. For us, you just have to get an IT to assign a room account into the box, which doesn't need license. Right? The license are still able to support any room, just like our email account under Microsoft 365. So Microsoft 365 is that the IT will have to buy individual email account license plus this room account license, that's all. But we are different from those room certified account because annually they have to buy extra license to be using the Teams room. So on the UI wise, it's different. Yeah. So we are not Teams room certified, we're not Zoom room certified. Okay. The other way of calling here is that we can use BOM method. So meaning that on your laptop, we see a lot of preference by the user that still prefer to bring in their own laptop to call, right? In that sense, we can download our app into the laptop to start a BOM method. BOM method means that I'm using my account to call, but I'm able to get back the room device as a driver into my laptop. That's the difference. This is BOM. Some people say that when they connect a USB-C, it's BOM, but to us, it's not. A true BOM is a wireless connection. It means you're able to use the app to bring back the driver of the room camera and the microphone into your laptop so that the file can see everyone in the room, right? This is done only when you have installed the app. There is currently no other solution in the market that can do BOM without the app or dongle. Okay, you talk to people like Barco and Crestron, they use the dongle stuff. Most of the other that can support BOM, you have to install with an app made by the manufacturer. So we are no different, we are the same. So this is the second way to call. The third way to call, which I've seen somebody use it that way, which is not recommended, is because they use the AirPlay or Miracast to the SANAC, and then from the laptop they call. In this way, the problem is that you have a dual layer of latency because you're using a wireless connection to the SANAC, it's already one layer of latency, and then the call itself is also one layer of latency. So in terms of the performance-wise, it's not as good or recommended. Make sense? Agree? So there are three different ways of calling. Of course, the fourth way is through the cables. There's everything else can do, right? Through the cables, anything is possible. What we are talking about here is just wireless, plain wireless. Yeah. But most of the time, if you talk to those corporate world, in a corporate meeting room, they usually have assigned a room account in the individual room. Okay, this is what I've done here. I can show it to you here. So if I go to Zoom settings, This Rock Auto is my room account. The same account, I use it for Teams. So the IT admin will understand that you need a room resource account for each room in a corporate world. This one is understand. All right. This is different from using a Teams room because it's a different license. This is just a user license.
This one, to me, this one is just a basic license.
Correct. Yeah, you don't have to pay extra. This is common. This is everyone knows. But the Teams room certified account system will have to have extra license. And you can only use one platform at a time. Right? Every time you want to change platform, you have to shut down, reconfigure, and start Teams. For us, it's okay. We know how to do it. For common user, they do not know how to do it. So who's going to do it for them? They have to call somebody else to support them, right? That's the problem that we have analyzed. And that's where we are not following the trend. We are doing our own way. Yeah. Make sense? And also the greatest benefit for the user is that they don't have to buy extra license. Okay, clear? The other thing you may not understand or aware is that our sign-up can control some other devices. Okay, let me show you quickly. Now the recording is not working, right? What I can do is I can use this box itself. You can see for yourself closely. I touch this button here. I have created two different buttons to control the other sign-up. So it's just a command that I have set up here. So the moment I press this button here, the recording starts over there. All right. So the moment I stop, the recording will stop. Now this is nothing big, right? This is nothing fanciful, all right? But what we're trying to show you here is that a lot of people doesn't aware that our sign-up can use to control other devices as well. It can be a screen, it can be a light dimming system, it can be a drapes. As long as it's just a basic control. We're not trying to take over people like Crestron or AMX. So we have the inbuilt functionalities to allow sign-up to be configured to control simple commands.
So one-time recording only up to 10 megabyte only?
No. It depends on the usage or your length of recording. Our internal SSD is 128 gig. So the recording time will depend on your resolution and your duration. But from 128 gig SSD, we can actually accommodate to have even 1 day of recording, full day of recording. Alright. We can also configure that every time you stop recording, you will automatically push to your network drive. Right? I can configure that maybe in the next demo. I shall do it such that I can choose to copy out the files that you have recorded or snapshot to a network drive, to a FTP server, or to your cloud drives. Good? Good. So this itself is a standalone. You can do multiple functionalities. If you fully maximize the box itself, it's a very powerful box. Because it also has 2 HDMI in, so you can connect with your visualizer or something else into the box. You can take in IP streams as well. So you have USB interface, you have HDMI interface, you also have IP interface. And as you can see, this UI is strictly built for you to use. The moment you power on, it's ready to be used. You don't even need to engage a programmer to control. All right? Whoever doing programming, it will take weeks to do this. Some of them is not even possible to do. Right? So this product is ready for you to use the moment you power up. Okay. So these are unique selling points that we hope to, share with you so that you know what to sell. We are no longer just small box sign-up already. We have full range that can cover every application, depending on budget. So we have the Pure Mini, the Pure Pro, the Core Pro, and the Pro. 5 different models. Right? If you need additional support, just call us, email to us. Visualizers is also there. You can combine as one solution.
So just curious, I think from all the different features that we have shared, are there any type of classroom that you think we possibly propose into for your accounts? Because I know I learn a lot of schools, especially secondary schools, they have full rollout of Chromebooks, right? Yeah. And Mini 是最便宜的 yeah. End user price about 1K Sing dollars, slightly over 1K.
Do you also sell USCs? USCs? No. No.
I think you all sell Aptus, right?
Sell Aptus. So how's the system in the Singapore Poly one? Oh, okay.
Until now, no complaint.
Huh?
No complaint.
No complaint. No complaint is good. Yeah, so I think that's really all about the updates that we have. I think for us, nothing much. Besides that, I think all these are still the same. And I think we will be here to support you guys in terms of sales and support. We need to, yeah. So if you need to bring any customers to come here, please feel free. Let us know, make arrangement, then we will be able to show what we have done for you guys today as well. Yeah.
The other thing we have not talked much about is the our new video bar, right? So currently we have one in the meeting room next door. This video bar is currently not shipping yet, but it has been launched. So what it can do is that it can have up to 70 watts of speakers on the bar, right? It's got our own 4K cameras because we make visualizers, so the camera is from us. It also got built-in microphones, 4 amps of built-in microphones, so you can pick up to the range of 7 meters, 7-meter long room, right? So itself will be used for web conferencing, for sure. So you can use it to use your laptop to start call Teams or Zoom. Because this one can support BYOM, so you just have to install and launch our app into the laptop, and you can use the laptop to make calls. The apps will bring back the room cameras and the room microphone into your laptop, so that the file can see everyone. The unique selling point here is that we can also do whiteboarding annotations on the same bar, and we can do BYOD from the same bar. So instead of having to connect and disconnect cables or bring dongles here and there, everything is run wirelessly. Every one of us within the same room can share up to 4 devices on screen, our standard feature. So we can do AirPlay, Miracast, and the host can be used, the app to share to the file whatever is shown on the screen. Alright, so this is our video bar. It's very different from all these conventional soundbar that you have in the market. Because soundbar, they can only do mostly the audio, but they cannot support fully on the video portion. For us, we can do BYOD, BYOM from the same bar. That's our selling point, and we can also do annotation. There's no bar in the market that allows you to do annotation as well. Okay? So this is also one of our selling options. You know, if you have any meeting rooms or any room that is making designed for making calls, video conference calls, this is all-in-one solution. Right? The bar itself also allows you to have Bluetooth pairing. So if you're not using it for conferencing, you can always play back your music from your personal devices as a Bluetooth connection. Alright, it's not ready to show you well because currently we are waiting for a new firmware to improve the overall finish and the video and audio quality. So, alright, it can be used over there, but you know, if you want to listen, you can always
just want to give one update.
IIC got see already.
Huh?
IIC got already.
Yeah, oh, you
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you see,
we
really?
launched it in ISC, correct. Have you listened to it? Good. The power is different, huh? Correct.
The pricing good.
Pricing also good, yes.
No pricing.
It's a bit premium, yes, we understand. But if you have listened to people like Poly, because the wattage cannot be compared, it's 70 watt. Where can you get a 70 watt one? In the market now, we're talking about 20, 30 watt, right? From Logi, from Poly, all these are 20, 30 watt. Because we engage together with a pro sound company. Phone Audio is a pro sound, so they make speakers.
So I was saying that I think in terms of you guys for partners for projects, so I think right now what I've done, I think for all partners in Singapore is that there is actually no differentiation in terms of tiers, right? So any requests in terms of projects, please send it to me, right? So I would be able to protect you guys for projects if you're doing the groundwork and all those things. Right. So I'm keeping lines of communication open with partners, and then for projects that partners have done the groundwork, I'll make sure that you guys have the project pricing so that I can better protect you guys in terms of that project. But of course, that doesn't mean that we will definitely get the project, because if you screw up on your own margin, then of course that's something I cannot help you. Right. So that's similarly to everybody else, any other manufacturers in the industry. Right. I just want to let you guys know. This is how I'm going to manage in terms of all your projects if you come in for project price protection and new registration, right? Yeah. Okay. Any questions? No. Okay. Okay. Maybe we can. If I think the rest of you, if you are interested, we can show you the video bar, right? In the meeting room, let you experience the sound quality as well.